Hello dear students, welcome to the another lecture of applied mechanics. Today we are going to discuss about the numericals based on the simple screw jack. In the previous lecture we have discussed about the double purchase scrap winch and problem based on it. So आज आपण बघणार आहोत सिंपल स्क्रू जॅक वर अजून एक प्रॉब्लेम. सो सिंपल स्क्रू जॅक ही आपली 6 सिंपल लिफ्टिंग मशीन आहे. ठीक आहे. त्याचं आपण जे डेरिवेशन आहे वी हॅव ऑलरेडी डिस्कस्ड इन द प्रीवियस लेक्चर्स व्हॉट इज द वेलोसिटी रेशियो फॉर द simple screw jack. Okay, now today we are going to discuss about the problem on it. So just revise what is the बघूया एकदा की velocity ratio for the simple screw jack साठी काय आहे, because we have to use this equation or this relation to solving the numerical. So velocity ratio for the simple screw jack is nothing but the 2 pi L divided by P. So now let's see the problem. As I told you, read the problem carefully because प्रॉब्लेम मध्येच काय असते तुमचा जे पण गिवन डेटा आहे तो तुम्हाला प्रॉब्लेम मधूनच मिळतो. व्हॉट यू हॅव टू फाइंड आउट that is also mentioned in your problem. So 50% answer is in your problem. Remaining 50% is based on your remembering of formulas. So let's see here what it said. A screw jack has a thread of 10 mm pitch. What effort applied at the end of handle 400 mm long will be required to lift a load of 2 kilonewton if the efficiency at this load is 45%. So see here, in this problem they are given us a screw jack. इथे एक सेंटेन्स टाकलाय screw jack means we have to solve the problem and we have to use the formula for screw jack. So here इथे नेहमी ते काय करतील, कुठली मशीन आपण यूज करतोय, कुठल्या मशीनचा हा प्रॉब्लेम आहे तो इथे तुम्हाला ऑलवेज मेंशन करण्यात येईल. इथे स्क्रू जॅक आहे म्हणून सिंपल स्क्रू जॅक, अदरवाइज इथे काय येईल डिफरन्शियल ॲक्सल अँड व्हील और सिंपल परचेस स्क्रॅप विंच और डबल परचेस स्क्रॅप विंच. तर त्या प्रकारे इथे नंबर ऑफ नेम ऑफ युअर मशीन दिली जाईल. Has thread of 10 mm pitch. So here pitch is given, that is nothing but the 10 mm. What effort applied at? So they are asking us about the effort at the end of handle. Length is given 400 mm long will be required to lift the load. Load is also given, that is nothing but the 2 kilonewton. And if the efficiency at this load is 45%. So efficiency is given, that is nothing but the 45%. So first thing we have to do, we have to find out the given data. So write down given data. Okay, so what is given data? Pitch of the thread is given, right? So write here pitch of the thread, that is nothing but small p is equal to how much? 10 mm. After that, second term, length of the handle is also given. So length of handle, that is nothing but your small l is equal to 400 mm. Again required load is also given. So here load lifted that is W is equal to how much? This 2 kilonewton is equal to 2000 newton. Okay, after that efficiency is also given here. Efficiency is equal to 45%. And what they ask to find out the effort required to lift the load means we have to find out the P, that is nothing but the effort. So here how we can find out effort? Now we can use the one equation like mechanical advantage is nothing but the weight upon effort. But see here, mechanical advantage is not given to us, load is given to us, but P is again here unknown. So in this equation we have a two unknown terms, right? So we cannot use this equation right now, but we can use this equation after. How we can use it, I will tell you later. So see here, this thing is not possible to find out the P. Then second thing what we can do, now we can take here efficiency is equal to mechanical advantage divided by velocity ratio into 100, right? So here mechanical advantage, as I said you, we don't know the value of mechanical advantage, but we can take this term like this, W upon P form. Okay, efficiency is given, and second thing we need, that is the velocity ratio. This value is not given to us. So first thing we have to find out in this problem, what? Velocity ratio. So we know that velocity ratio for what? Simple screw jack. Simple screw jack. So what is velocity ratio for simple screw jack? That is nothing but the VR is equal to 2 pi L divided by P. So we know the value of L and we know the value of P. P is nothing but pitch here, right? So we know the value of L and P. So put all this value here in this equation and you will get the value of velocity ratio. So now put the value 2 as it is. The value of pi you can put directly in your calci, or you can take a 3.14 into the value of L. The value of L is nothing but how much? Value of L is nothing but the 400. So take here the value of L is nothing but the 400, right? After that the value of P is nothing but the 10. So see, do the calculation of this term, then you will get the velocity ratio. So 2 into pi into 40, right? So do the calculation of this term, you will get the answer like 251.3. This is your velocity ratio. Once you find out the velocity ratio, now second thing you have to do, what you have to do, you can find out mechanical advantage is nothing but the W upon P. So we know the value of W, that is nothing but 2000 divided by P. So this is the equation. We can take this value directly in our efficiency formula. So again we know what we know, efficiency. The formula of efficiency, that is nothing but the mechanical advantage divided by velocity ratio into 100. We know this formula very well. So now put the MA value. We don't know the direct, we don't have the direct value of mechanical advantage. Then we can use this equation here. Okay, the value of MA, and take a value of velocity ratio. Then now you can write like this: efficiency is equal to 2000 divided by P divided by the value of velocity ratio is nothing but 251.3 into 100, right? We know the value of efficiency, that is nothing but the 45%. So again you can write the value of efficiency here. So see, value of efficiency is nothing but 45%, right, is equal to how much? 2000 divided by P divided by how much it is, 2000 divided by P divided by 251.3 into 100. Now here this 100 will shift towards the left side, then you will get the equation like this, is equal to 2000 divided by 251.3 into P. Then right now here you can see 45 divided by 100 is nothing but the 0.45 into this P will shift towards the left side, and here 2000 divided by 251.3 is nothing but the 7.96. Then now P is equal to 7.96 divided by 0.45. Now do the calculation of this term and you will get the answer of P is nothing but the 17.7 Newton. So like this, you can write a one sentence here. What? The 17.7 Newton effort will require to lift the load of 2000 Newton. Okay. So you can write here one sentence. What sentence you can write? 17.7 Newton effort required to lift 2000 Newton load. So this is your final sentence. After completion of your answer, you can write this sentence. Okay. So now here we have discussed the problem based on the simple screw jack. Now we will go to our next machine, that is nothing but the Weston's differential pulley block. So you can see here in your right hand side, you will see the one diagram. Okay, so see that diagram here. What it said, it consists of two blocks A and B. Here in this diagram or in Weston's differential pulley block, we have two blocks. Here name mention the block. So we have to discuss about the block. So what Weston differential pulley block says? It consists of two blocks. We have two blocks. First is the A block and second is the B block. So आपल्याकडे इथे काय दोन blocks आहेत. The upper block A has two pulleys. You can see here in the figure, this upper block A have two pulleys, that is P1 and P2. म्हणजे वरती जो ब्लॉक दिलाय त्याला किती दोन पुली दिलेल्या आहेत आपल्याला. एक आहे P1 दिलेली आणि दुसरी कुठली आहे P2. Now one having its diameter a little larger than that of, इथे तुम्ही बघू शकता की P2 आहे ती स्मॉलर आहे कशापेक्षा P1 पेक्षा. म्हणजे एक पुली तुमची लार्ज असेल आणि सेकंड वन इज अ स्मॉल असेल. ठीक आहे. Now you can see here the pulley turns together as one pulley, that is both of them behave as one pulley with two grooves. Now see here, त्या दोन्ही पुली एक दुसऱ्यांना माउंटेड आहेत म्हणजे सेम आहे. बरोबर. नाव जर एक पुली जर मी फिरवली तर ऑटोमॅटिकली दुसरी पण काय होणार रोटेट होणार. जर मी P1 ला रोटेट केलं तर ऑटोमॅटिकली P2 काय होणार रोटेट होणार. कारण दोन्ही कशा आहेत एकाच त्याला फिक्स आहे माउंटेड केलेले आहे. ठीक आहे. So you can see here the lower block B also carries a pulley to which the load W is attached. Now you can see here ही जी दुसरी पुली दिलेली आहे आपल्याला दुसरा ब्लॉक दिलाय B, यावरती आपण काय केलेलं आहे वेट तुमचा अटॅच केलेला आहे, ते लोड अटॅच केलेला आहे. Now an endless, that is a continuous chain, passes around the pulley, then round the lower block pulley and finally round the pulley P2, that is smaller of the upper pulley. आता ही जी पुली दिसते आपल्याला या दोन्ही कशा आहेत तिकडे बघा, ही P1 तुम्हाला इथे P ने अटॅच दिसते राईट हियर, अँड ही पुली छोट्या पुली मधून जाऊन परत इकडे जे बी ब्लॉक आहे त्यामधून येऊन ए पुली इकडे आली ए पॉइंटला. बरोबर. नाव सी हियर ब्लॉक वर इथे ही पुली बी मध्ये राउंड केलेली आहे, परत छोट्या पुलीमध्ये राउंड केली आहे पहिल्या ब्लॉकच्या, तिथून परत मोठ्या पुलीला राउंड केली. ही जी पूर्ण चेन आहे ही कशी आहे एंडलेस आहे. एंडलेस म्हणजे इथे कुठेच तुम्हाला सेपरेट एंड दिलेला नाहीये. ज्यावेळेस आपण एक मूव करतो ऑटोमॅटिकली दुसऱ्या मूव होतात. ठीक आहे. सो हियर द रिमेनिंग चेन हँग्स स्लॅश and is joined to the first portion of the chain. The effort P is applied to chain passing over the pulley P1, larger of upper pulley as shown in figure. Now you can see here we are applying the effort here in this pulley. This is the P we have applied. Okay. So once we have applied the effort here, what will happen? So this load will automatically shifted towards the upward. बरोबर, ही पुली वरती ओढल्या जाईल. बरोबर, वरती ओढल्या जाईल म्हणजे तीच पुली इथे सर्कल होऊन इथे आलेली आहे. म्हणजे ही तुमची जी साइड आहे, ही साइड ही कशी पडेल? स्लॅक पडेल. ही साइड काय असेल? स्लॅक. आणि ही साइड कशी असेल तुमची? टाइट साइड असेल. ओके. The effort P is applied to. Okay. Now the next point, to prevent the chain from slipping, projection are provided in the groove of both of the upper pulleys. So to avoid the slipping of the pulleys or slipping of the belt, here the projection is provided in this both pulleys. Means they are providing a one groove. Okay, for rotating this rope. So you can see here the terms used in the Weston's pulley. So what terms used here? First one is the D, capital D, that is nothing but the diameter of the pulley P1. Second one is the smaller d, that is nothing but the diameter of pulley P2. म्हणजे ही जी पुली P1 आहे याची जी डायमीटर आहे that is nothing but आपलं कॅपिटल काय असेल? D असेल. तर पुली P2 जी आहे याची डायमीटर जी असेल ती असेल तुमचं स्मॉल d. Then W, that is nothing but the load lifted. हा W दिलेला आहे, load lifted. Then P is nothing but the effort required. जो effort आपण लावतोय हा वेट लोड वरती ओढायला, that is nothing but your effort. Now see the relation of the Weston's differential pulley block. Now you can see here, we know that the displacement of the effort in the one revolution of the upper pulley block, that is nothing but the pi d. Pi d means that is nothing but the circumference of your larger pulley. Okay, one revolution means one complete rotation. So what is the one complete rotation of circle? That is nothing but the circumference of circle. So circumference of circle is nothing but pi d. Okay. So this is also equal to the length of the chain pulled over the larger pulley. Since the smaller pulley also turns with larger one, therefore the length of chain released by the smaller pulley. So that is nothing but here we have to take the circumference of the smaller pulley. So what is the circumference of smaller pulley? So diameter of smaller pulley is nothing but the small d. So we have to take here pi into small d. Okay. After that, now we have to find out the net shorting of the chain. So how we can calculate? So we have to subtract the circumference of the smaller pulley from circumference of the larger pulley. So means we have to subtract the revolution of smaller pulley from the larger pulley, because both are attached to each other. Okay, so when we are find out the net shortening, you can take an equation like this, pi d minus this pi d. Now you can see here pi will get common. We can take it a common. So here we can take a pi as a common, and d minus d is nothing but your remaining equation. So what net shortening chain equation we have? Pi into d minus d. After that, you can see here this shortening of chain will be equally divided between the two portions of the chain supporting the load. So exactly we can divide the shortening of chain in the two equal portions. So then how we can do it? So therefore distance through which load will move up, you can see here, that is nothing but half of for one portion and half for the another portion. So you can see here this is the half into pi d minus d for the single portion. Okay, so we can write this equation like pi by 2 into d minus d. So give it a equation number 2. Now why we are doing all this stuff? हे सगळं आपण काय करते? Because we have to find out the velocity ratio of the Weston differential pulley block. In every machine, all these 8 machines, we have to find out the what we have to find out velocity ratio of that machine. So what is the velocity ratio? So we know it is the ratio of distance moved by the effort divided by distance moved by the load. So here you can write distance moved by the effort is nothing but the pi d. We have already find out here, right? So you can write, take that distance moved by effort is the pi d divided by distance moved by load is nothing but, recently we have find out here in equation number 2. So that is nothing but pi by 2 into d minus d. So this is the equation for velocity ratio. So write down this equation. This is very important for solving the problem based on it. So this is the equation for velocity ratio. So as I told you, you should know the velocity ratio for every machine. Because in your multiple choice questions, they are asking you like what is the velocity ratio of Weston's differential pulley block, and they are given you a 4 option. In that 4 option, they are given you a velocity ratio of differential wheel and axle, single purchase scrap winch, double purchase scrap winch, and Weston's differential pulley block. So you have to choose appropriate velocity ratio for that question. So that's why you have to remember what velocity ratio is for which machine. Okay. So this is very important thing. So just read once again, the velocity ratio of Weston's differential pulley block is nothing but pi capital D divided by pi by 2 into d minus d. Now you can see here in this equation, this pi and this pi will get cancelled. Okay, so after this cancelling, which term you will get? So we will get this term like 2d divided by d minus d. So actual, this is the your velocity ratio. Okay, because here we didn't cancel the pi, but after cancelling the pi, you will get the new equation like this. So this is your equation for the velocity ratio, that is nothing but 2d upon d minus d. So now you can see here, mechanical advantage is equal to weight upon effort or load upon effort, as usual we are taking from our first lecture of second chapter. Similarly, efficiency is similar as in a previous machining. Okay, but we have our note here. What note we have? You know sometimes what happens, the size of the upper pulleys which are given to us in terms of radius, means and sometimes in your numerical they will give you a diameter, right? So you have to convert that diameter into radius, or they are given in a radius. If capital R is given, then you have to take the radius of larger pulley, and if the small r is given, then you have to take radius of smaller pulley, because you have a 2 pulleys there. So this is the consideration you have to take in a consider while solving the problems. Okay, then when we are considering, if this diameter is not given, radius is given, then at that time what you can do, you can take a velocity ratio formula in the radius form, that is nothing but the 2r divided by r minus. Okay, and the second consideration is nothing but, sometimes what happens, the diameter of upper pulley are not given and the relative sizes are expressed in terms of number of teeth. So at that time you have to take, if they are given a T1, that is number of teeth of the larger pulley, and T2 is nothing but the number of teeth of the smaller pulley. So at that time you have to take the velocity ratio as a 2T1 divided by T1 minus T2. So these are the notes, means what possibility in this problem or in this kind of numerical, all we have seen in this note. Now let's see the problem number 13, which is based on the Weston's differential pulley. So as I always told you, read the problem carefully. लक्षपूर्वक पहले प्रॉब्लेम ऐका. So what problem said? A Western differential pulley consists of a lower block and an upper block. So here we are giving a machine is a Western differential pulley. Okay. Consists of a lower block and upper block. Both block are mentioned here. Dory block mentioned केले. बरोबर. Now you can see here the upper block has two cocked grooves. म्हणजे upper block ला काय दोन cocked grooves आहेत. One of which has the radius of 125 mm and the other has the radius of 115 mm. If the efficiency of the machine is 80%, म्हणजे जर efficiency किती 80% दिली असेल, then calculate the effort required to raise the load of 1500 or 1500 Newton. So first thing we have to do is, what we can do? We have to write down the given data. So given data. Now we are considering two modes here. We have seen the formula for velocity ratio is, what formula for velocity ratio? 2 capital D divided by D minus D, right? So in the previous machines, what we can do, what we have done, we have taken the value of D and divided that value by 2, then we will give the radius. बरोबर. म्हणजेच काय केली आपण, डायमीटर जी दिलं तिला डिवाइडेड बाय 2 करून रेडियस घेतली डायरेक्टली. इथे पण तसंच केलं. बट इन वेस्टर्न डिफरन्शियल पुली we cannot take like that. Okay, why? Because in note they already told us, if the radius is given in a diameter is given in a radius form or in a diameter form or in a teeth form, we have to take directly that term. Means suppose here in this problem in a radius form, so you have to take, instead of diameter you have to take the r 2r upon r minus. सपोज याच्याच ऐवजी आपल्याला 30 दिले असतील तर आपल्याला वेलोसिटी रेशो काय घ्यावा लागला असता, 2t1 डिवाइडेड बाय t1 मायनस t2, राइट. आणि जर डायमीटर फॉर्म मध्ये दिले तर वेलोसिटी रेशो इज 2 कैपिटल D डिवाइडेड बाय d मायनस स्मॉल. तो हे एक ऍडिशनल थिंग आहे वेस्टर्न्स डिफरन्शियल पुली ब्लॉक मध्ये, जी आपल्याला लक्षात ठेवायची आहे. ठीक आहे. सो नाउ वी हॅव टू फाइंड आउट द गिवन डेटा. So see here what given is, what we have given values. So first thing, write down the given data. Radius of the larger groove R. So here radius of the larger groove R is given. That is nothing but the radius of the larger groove. That is nothing but capital R is given. How much is it? 125 mm. Right. After that, radius of the smaller groove is also given. Radius of smaller groove, that is small r, is nothing but 115 mm. After that, you can see efficiency is also given. Efficiency is equal to 80%. Okay, and what given to us again? Efficiency. Load is given. So here you can say load to be raised, load to be raised, that is nothing but 1500 Newton. And what we have to find out? We have to find out effort required, means P. How much P is to lift the 1500 Newton load. So we have to find out the P. So now we have calculated the given data. Okay, now use this given data and try to solve this problem at your home. Take this problem as a homework. Maximum portion we have complete here in this problem. What concept you have to use in this problem, I have told you, right? So just try to do this problem at your home. Take it as a homework. We will see. जर जमलं तर ठीक, नाहीतर आपण पुढच्या लेक्चरला बघूयात हाच प्रॉब्लेम परत. ठीक आहे. थँक यू.